Hi, my name is Tom Scarda, and I am a franchise consultant. I match people with franchise opportunities based on skills and personality, kind of like the e-harmony of business. You know, I've been putting people in business for since 2005. And what I've noticed is that many people start off with a bang and then fizzle out along the way. And I'll tell you, most likely, if you're looking at a franchise, you might fizzle out. The odds are against you. And the reason why is basically fear of the unknown. And I find that there's really 7 kind of road bumps or speed bumps on the way to finding your own franchise. So one thing that you'll always run into if you work with me, or when you work with me, is when I talk to you about franchise companies that I find for you. I'm not going to bring you McDonald's and Subway. I'm going to bring you low-cost, high-margin type businesses that start up really quickly. So you might have some anxiety thinking like, wow, I never heard of this before. It doesn't make sense. Just have a phone call. You don't know what you don't know. Talk to the franchise company and figure it out. The second time that I see people have some anxiety is when they get the franchise disclosure document. If you haven't seen one of these yet, they're like the size of a telephone book many times, and people get overwhelmed by that. I mean, it's a big book of legalese, but it's actually your friend. And it's really phase 2 in your investigation. I would teach you where to look for the pertinent data that you need at the outset of the investigation. If you're not buying the company, don't read the whole thing. But if you do buy the franchise, obviously you have to read every single sentence and understand it. But like I said, it's your friend. So really get to learn the FDD, get to understand that, you know, there's information in there like if there's any litigation against the company anywhere in the country for the past 10 years, you'll find out if there's anyone who has opened a business and closed, and the contact information for every franchise owner is out there, so you could contact those people. Calling owners, that's where that comes in handy. You're going to open up your franchise disclosure document, and you're going to call the people that are in the system. You're going to find out exactly what's going on in the real world, not just what the franchise company is telling you. And this is really, really important. It's the most important thing you could possibly do. And when you work with me, I have a sheet of 30 questions that I'll give you to make your calls effective and efficient. It's the most important thing you could do. Friends and family. You know, what happens is you get excited about the franchise. You start talking to your friends and family, and everybody that you talk to has an uncle who has a dog walker, who has a mechanic, who lost their shirt in franchising. And I think that doesn't really go a long way with me. That's just kind of people who love you don't want to see you get hurt, so they kind of scare you out of it. They try to scare you out of it because now you're changing from, you know, Joe the plumber or Max the accountant and becoming a franchise owner. That doesn't sit well with them. And they actually might be jealous of you trying to do something real different with your life. So it's interesting, and a lot of people have a hard time getting past that as they're looking at franchising. The next thing, and when most people actually kind of fall off the wagon, is when it comes time to liquidate money or apply for loans, because now it's getting real. It's like, you know, if I'm going to start writing a check, you know, it's kind of like when you're dating somebody, you know. When you're going to buy the engagement ring, I mean, it's pretty serious, you know. The next time I see people fall out is when you go to meet the team. If you're really feeling good about the franchise company, they're feeling good about you, they're going to invite you out to their corporate headquarters before you sign anything. And that's great, because you want to size them up, they want to size you up. And it's kind of like going to meet the family is what I like to call it. And it's feeling like, you know, you don't marry just the person, but you marry the whole family. So you want to know who you're getting in bed with, and that's meeting the team. And then the 11th hour. Yeah, that's when you're sitting at your kitchen table and writing a franchise fee check for as much as it costs to buy a house. You know, for me, as I sat there, I remember vividly, I didn't know if I was going to vomit or faint. It's a rite of passage, though. If you're going to be a franchise owner, you got to get past that. So I match people, I help people all over the country figure out if franchising is for them, the pros and cons, and I coach them through these 7 kind of road bumps or speed bumps or potholes, whatever you want to call it, fear and anxiety. I'd love to talk to you. Feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email. Thanks.